Hello my dear viewers and also my fellow students. So you are much welcome to this mathematics paper 1 Kcse 2023 subdone section 1 from question 1 all the way to 16. So if you haven't subscribed, can you please remember to subscribe and also share to your friends and colleagues. So thank you so much as you stay tuned to the end. Welcome. Begin with question 1. And in question 1, without using a calculator, evaluate minus 13 plus 5 minus 70 divided by 5 all over 9 minus 14 times minus 3 divided by 21. So from this question we have the numerator and also we have the denominator. So I'm going to work out the numerator first. We work out the numerator and then we later work out the denominator, then we combine the evaluation. So the numerator we have minus 13 plus 5 minus 70 divided by 5. So in our case we are going to use body mass. So body mass, which is so important, which means bracket of division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. So in this case there is no bracket, there is no off, there is division. So in our case we are going to divide. That is the first calculation operation we are going to do. Minus 7 divided by 5. So we have minus 13 plus 5 minus 7 divided 5 minus 70 divided by 5, we get minus 14. Remember, it is a negative divided by a positive number, so minus 14. So the next operation will be multiplication. There is no multiplication, we have addition and subtraction. So for addition and subtraction they are commutative, so we can start with either. So for this I can take minus 13 minus 14 plus 5. Minus 13 minus 14, that is minus 27, then plus 5, we end up getting minus 22. Then we look at the denominator part. For the denominator part, we have 9 minus 14 times minus 3 divided by 21. We do the same way. There is no bracket, there is no off, there is division. So we are going to deal with the division for operation first. So 9 minus 14, then times minus 3 divided by 21, so that will be minus 1 over 7. Then from there the next operation is multiplication. Therefore this case we have this operation, so by 7 1 by 7 2, so minus 2 times minus 1, that is plus 2. Therefore we shall have 9 plus 2, we end up getting 11. So the last part we do is now we combine the numerator, we divide by the denominator, and the numerator is minus 22, denominator is 11. So if we divide we get minus 2. So that is question 1. We move on to question 2. Question 2, simplify the expression. We have 3a squared times b raised to minus 3 all over 2 raised to minus 1 times a raised to minus 2 times b raised to 2. The same way, let us work out the numerator and then we work out the denominator. So for the numerator, we have 3a squared times b raised to minus 3. Remember the laws of indices. So for this case can be written as 3a squared all over b raised to positive 3. And then for the denominator, whereby we have 2 raised to minus 1 times a raised to minus 2 times b raised to 2. 2 raised to minus 1 can be written as a half times 1 over a squared times b squared. So this is the same as b squared all over 2a squared. Therefore, we will take the numerator, we divide by the denominator. So this will be 3a squared all over b raised to 3 divided by b squared. The denominator is b squared all over 2a squared. So this is the same as 3a squared all over b cubed times the reciprocal, which is 2a squared all over b squared. So for this case, we multiply the numerators. 3 times 2, that is 6. A squared times a squared, that is a raised to 4. We add the powers. And the denominator part is b raised to 5. We add the power since the base is the same. So this can also be written as 6 a raised to 4 times a raised to, b raised to minus 5. So either of these is acceptable. Then we move on to question 3. A triangle ABC is such that AB is equal to 11 centimeter, BC is equal to 8 centimeter, and angle ABC is equal to 53 degrees. Calculate the area of the triangle correct to 2 decimal places. So for this question, let me just sketch the triangle. Since a triangle, just make a sketch of it. So triangle A, B, C. So side AB is 11 centimeter, and then BC is 8 centimeter, and angle ABC, this is the angle, it is 53 degrees. So we need to calculate the area of the triangle correct to 2 decimal places. So we know there are different formulas for calculating the area of a triangle, but which one will be more applicable? For this one, the area will be given by a half times 2 sides AB times sine theta, where theta, so it's actually the angle between the two known sides. So for this case, we have a half times A will be 11 centimeter times B will be 8 times sine theta, theta will be 53 degrees. So therefore, a half times 11 times 8, that is 44, times sine 53 using calculator will be 0.7986 to for significant figure. So if you multiply by 44, you get 35.1384 centimeter squared. But the question requires to 2 decimal places. So to 2 decimal places will be 35.14 centimeter squared, and that is to 2 decimal places. So that is the area of the triangle. We move on to question 4. A cylindrical solid of radius 7 centimeter has a conical top of the same radius. The height of the cylindrical part of the solid is 17 centimeter. The conical top has a vertical height of 9 centimeter. Calculate the volume of the solid. We take pi as 22/7. This is 3 marks. So the first thing I'm going to do is just to make a sketch of that particular solid. So it has a conical top. So this is the cylindrical part, and then it has a conical top. Therefore, the information given, it has a radius. So the radius is 7 centimeter. That is 7 centimeter. That is the radius. And also the height of the cylindrical part is 17. So this height is 17 centimeter. And the conical top has a vertical height. The vertical height of 9 centimeter. Calculate the volume of the solid. So to get the volume of the solid, we need to get the volume of the cylindrical part plus the volume of the conical part. So the volume of the cylindrical part, volume of cylindrical part will be given by pi r squared times height. So in our case, we will consider this as the height 1 and the other one as the height 2 to make it clear. So for this will be 22/7 times radius is 7 squared times height, which is 17 centimeter. So using a calculator, we end up getting 2618 centimeter cube, and then volume of conical part will be given by a third pi r squared times height. So a third times the base area times height. So for this case, we have a third times pi is 22/7 times r is 7 squared, so times height of the conical part is 9 centimeter. So using a calculator, we end up getting 462 centimeter cube. So volume of the solid will be the sum, and the volume of the cylindrical part, which is 2618, plus the volume of the conical part, which is 462. So here we add it together, we get 3080 centimeter cube, and that is the volume of the solid. We move on to the question number 5. Two light bulbs are set to light after every 40 seconds and 60 seconds respectively. If they light exactly at the same time initially, calculate the time in minutes they will take to light together again. And part B, the number of times they would light together in the first half an hour. So, part A of the question, the time in minutes they will take to light together. So in this situation, we can see that the first one light after 40 seconds, the next one light after 60 seconds. So we are required to find the LCM of 40 and 60. So to get the prime factors of 40, it will be 2 raised to 3 times 5, and the prime factors of 60, it is 2 raised to 2 times 3 times 5. So to get LCM, of 40 and 60, we are required to find the factors with the highest power. Factors with the highest power. So in this, we have 2 raised to 3. Then we also have 3. And also there is 5 again. So, in other words, it will be 2 raised to 3 times 3 times 5, which is 120 seconds. 120 seconds is actually equal to 2 minutes, because 1 minute is 60 seconds, so which is 2 minutes. So in other words, they are going to light together after 2 minutes, that is after 120 seconds. Then, part B of the question, the number of times they would light together in the first half an hour. In 30 minutes, the number of times they are going to light together. So actually they are lighting together after every 2 minutes. So after 30 minutes, therefore it is 30 divided by 2, the period after which they light together. So we get 15 times. We move on to question number 6. Solve the equation cosine 2 theta is equal to sine theta for 0 radians is less or equal to theta is less or equal to pi over 4 radians, and we leave the answer in terms of pi radians. So in this situation, I want you to remember about complementary angles. We say they are angles that add up to 90 degrees. Therefore, cosine 2 theta is equal to sine theta. So here we have complementary angles. In other words, 2 theta plus theta will add up to 90 degrees. So this is 3 theta will be equal to 90 degrees. Therefore, divide by 3, divide by 3. We get 30 degrees. Therefore, theta is equal to 30 degrees. So we need to convert this to pi radians. We know that 2 pi radians is equal to 360 degrees. What about 30 degrees will be equal to what? So let's say x. So that will be equal to 30 over 360 times 2 pi radians. 12 by 2, 1 by 2, 6. Therefore, we have pi over 6 radians. Question 7. Simplify and hence factorize the expression 5x minus 4y into bracket times 4x plus 5y into bracket minus 9xy. So let me just rewrite the expression 5x minus 4y to bracket multiplied by 4x plus 5y into bracket minus 9xy. So we need to expand by opening the brackets. So I have 5x multiplied by what is in the second bracket, which is 4x plus 5y is a bracket, then minus 4y multiplied by 4x plus 5y into bracket, then minus 9xy. So opening the bracket, 5x times 4x, that is 20x squared, then plus 5x times 5y, that is 25xy, then 4y times 4x, that is minus 16xy, then minus 4y times 5y, that is minus 20y squared, and then minus 9xy. Then collect the like terms. Minus 25x min plus 25xy minus 16xy, that is 9xy, then minus 9xy, that will be 0. Therefore we remain with 20x squared minus 20y squared. We can factor out 20, which is common, so we have 20 into bracket x squared minus y squared. So remember difference between two square. If you have a squared minus b squared, can be written as a plus b into bracket times a minus b into bracket. So this is so important. So we can express this as 20 times x plus y into bracket times x minus y. And therefore we have simplified and we have factorized it completely. So we move on to question 8. From a point on top of a cliff 40 meters high, two boats A and B are observed due east. The angle of depression of boat A is 32 degrees and that of boat B is 52 degrees. Determine the distance between the two boats correct to 2 decimal places. So the first thing we need to start, let us draw the sketch to show the position of the boats and also the cliff. So if this is the cliff, and which is 40 meters high, is the top of the cliff, and you have the foot of the cliff. So the boats are due east, so this direction. So the angle of depression of A is 32. So from the top the cliff, so this normally the angle of depression 32, so it will be equal to the angle of elevation 32. So A is 32 degrees, the angle of depression from the top of the cliff, and that of B is 52. So B is at that particular point, so all of this angle will be 52, therefore angle of elevation will be 52 degrees also. So from the foot of the cliff, we let this distance bx, and of B from the foot bx meters, and that and AB y meters from the foot of the cliff. Therefore, using trigonometric ratio, we have SOHCAHTOA. In our case, we know the opposite, and also we have the adjacent, and we have the angle. So we are going to use tangent is opposite over adjacent. So tan 52 degrees will be equal to opposite, which is 40 divided by x, and therefore x will be 40 over tan 52 degrees, which is actually equal to 31.25 meters. Then the other one is, now we have 32, 40 and y, so tan 32 degrees will be equal to 40 over y. Therefore y will be equal to 40 over tan 32 degrees. Using a calculator, should end up getting 64.01 meters. Therefore, to get the distance between A and B, distance between A and B will be y minus x, and that will be 64.01 minus 31.25. So we end up getting 32.76 meters. And that is the distance between the two boats A and B. Next, we move to question 9. So for question 9, it's a triangle ABC, which is a uniform cross section of solid ABCDEF. Given that BC is one of the edges of the solid, complete the sketch showing hidden edges with a broken line. So, from common solids we have learned about isometric projection, oblique projection and perspective projection. So this is very important when drawing solids. Now, the first thing we need to know, the part which is seen clearly we draw with a complete line, but the part which is hidden, it is drawn using broken lines. So for this case, we want to join C to D, therefore C to D must be parallel to BE, and since it is the part which can be seen, in that case we'll be using a ruler. We are going to draw a straight line which is parallel to BE, and we call it D. Then we join E to D, which is parallel to BC, but in this case is actually hidden, so we draw using broken line, like that. The other case is to locate the vertex F, and vertex F, which will be parallel to BE and also DE. So from A, and this will be drawn using complete line, like that. And then from F we draw F to D, which is also seen, so complete line, but F to E using dotted line. And that's how we have drawn solid. Now is complete. You can actually do it by construction using compass and ruler, drawing the dimension correctly. So we move on. Question 10. A salesman sells a storybook and textbooks. The cost price of a storybook is 600 shillings, while that of a textbook is 900 shillings. The salesman is paid a commission of 10% on the cost of any book sold. One day, the salesman sold twice as many storybooks as textbooks. He earned a commission of 8,400 shillings. Determine the total number of storybooks sold. So from here, we sold storybooks and also textbooks. So cost price of a storybook was 600 shillings. That of a textbook was 900. And then he gets that this commission on the cost of any book sold. So if that day salesman sold twice as many storybooks as textbooks, so the storybook sold was twice that of textbook. So we can say let the number of textbooks sold be T. Therefore, number of storybooks will be twice storybooks. Will be twice that of textbooks. So that will be 2T. Total cost. Been given the total cost for cost price for textbooks was 900. Therefore, the total cost for textbooks will be 900 times T. That means for a textbook was 900. So for T textbooks it will be 900 times T. Then plus the total cost of the storybooks. One storybook was at 600, so it will be 600 times 2T. So this will be 900 T plus 600 times 2T, that is 1200 T. So we end up getting 2100 T shillings. Therefore, the salesman is paid a commission of 10% on the total cost of any book sold. So in this case, he'll get 10% of 2100 T shillings. And in this, it's actually even that time he sold the books, he got a commission of 8,400. Therefore, that was the 10% of what the total cost it sold. So this will be 10 over 100 times 100 T, which is equal to 8400. So T will be equal to 8400 times 100 divided by 10 times 2100. So if we divide, 0 and 0 will cancel, 0 and 0 will cancel, by 7, 3, by 7, 1, 2, 0, and by 3, 1, by 3, 40. So T is equal to 40. Therefore, have we answered the question? The total number of storybooks. So the number of storybooks sold will be equal to, that is 2T, and therefore 2 times 40. So there were 80 storybooks sold. Move on to question number 11. The equation of a curve is given by y is equals x squared. Using the trapezium rule with 4 strips, estimate the area enclosed by the curve y is equal x squared. The lines x is equal to 1, x is equal to 5, and the x-axis. So in this case, we have the curve y is equals x squared. So in normal practice, If the curve was to be drawn, it has this kind of a shape through the origin, y is equals x squared, and therefore we require from x is equal to 1, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's what we are required to have. And how many strips? 4 strips. So we have the first. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4 strips. Therefore, the width is normally given by 5 minus, this will be 5 minus 1, the range divided by the number of strips, 4. So we have 1. So the width will be 1. Therefore, something else that we need to have. Now we have the 4 trapezium. So we need to get this height y0, y1, y2, y3, and y4. So let us make a table x for the corresponding values of x and y. So when x is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what is the value of y? So what will be the value of y? So in that case, we should have y0, y1, y2, y3, y4. So what is actually the values? So when x is 1, y will be what? So we actually substitute into this equation, y is equals x squared. So when x is 1, y is also 1. When x is 2, y is 2 squared, 4. When x is 3, y is 3 squared, which is 9. When x is 4, y3 will be 16. Then when x is 5, y4 will be 25. Therefore, the area is given by a half. To bracket, we have then y0 plus y4. Those are the extremes. Height plus 2 to bracket y1 plus y2 plus y3. Close the bracket. Then we close the square bracket. Then we substitute into. So we shall have a half, then the square bracket, then we have y0 is 1 plus y4 is 25, close the bracket, then plus twice the sum of the other heights, y1 is 4 plus y2 is 9 plus y3 is 16. Therefore, this will be a half, and times 1 plus 25, that is 26, then plus 2 to bracket 4 plus 9 plus 16, that is 29. Therefore, this is a half. Now this will be 26 plus 2 times 29, 58. So we shall have a half of 26 plus 54, that is 58, that is 84. Then a half of 84, that will be 42 square units, since we are looking for the area. Enclosed by the curve, the x-axis. So that is it. So we have the x-axis, the curve, and x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 5. So that part, we'll find the area. So the next question, 12, vectors A, B, and C are represented on the following grid. So the question is, on the following grid, represent the resultant vector A plus B. So for A plus B, how do we get A plus B? Just to redraw, we have A from this particular point, that is vector A, then B is actually, so for B will be from where we have A, so we have B vector. So to get plus B, now we can move directly from this point to B. So this is the vector, that is A vector plus B vector. So that is part A. Then for part B, whereby now we need the resultant vector A plus B into bracket plus C. Now, from what we have been given, we can see vector C move from the top left to the bottom right. That means there is a movement in the X direction, 2 steps, in the Y direction, 2 steps downwards, and therefore, from what we have here, we shall have the combined, so part B, so AB from this point, and then it has actually moved 3 steps to the x-axis and y 3 steps upward in the y. So from this point to this point, that is the A plus B. Then C is downward, so this is the direction up to this particular point, C vector. Therefore, to get the resultant vector, it will be from this point to this point, which will be A plus B vector, then plus C vector. Hope that is clear. So that's how we are supposed to answer that particular question. We get the resultant vector in that manner. Then question 13. Given matrix P, which is 4, 2, minus 7, minus 1, then matrix Q, minus 1, 5, 6, minus 3, and R is equal to 20, the inverse of P plus Q. Determine matrix R. So the first thing we need to get, we need to find R is equal to 20 inverse of P plus Q. So we need to get the inverse of matrix P. In that case, we need first to get the determinant of matrix P, and that will be given by, we'll get by multiplying the elements in the main diagonal. 4 times minus 1, that is minus 4, then minus the product of the other diagonal, minus 7 times 2, that is minus 14. So this will be minus 4 plus 14, which is 10. Therefore, to get P inverse will be 1 over the determinant, which is 10, and then we interchange the elements in the main diagonal, we interchange the position. So 4 we shall have minus 1, there we have minus 1, we shall have 4. Then we interchange the signs of the other diagonal such that we shall have minus 7 will be 7 and 2 will be minus 2. Therefore, R will be equal to 20 times the inverse of P, which is 1 over 10 divided by minus 1, 2, minus 2, 7, 4, then plus Q is minus 1, 5, 6 minus 3. This will be equal to 20 times 1 over 10. So by 10, 1, by 10, 2. Therefore this will be 2. Then we have minus 1, minus 2, 7, 4, multiplied by plus minus 1, 5, 6, minus 3. So the next, just open the bracket, is multiply this scalar times the element in the bracket. So this will be minus 2, then minus 4, then 2 times 7, 14, then 2 times 4, which is 8, then plus minus 1, 5, 6, minus 3. So then we add corresponding elements. We added the corresponding elements, and that will be, R will be equal to corresponding elements minus 2 and minus 1, they correspond, minus 2 plus minus 1, then minus 4 plus 5, then we have 14 and 6, they correspond, we add them, then 8 and minus 3, 8 plus minus 3. So R will be, therefore we have minus 3, then we have 1, 20, and then this is 5. So that is the matrix R. Next, question 14. In a sub-county, the number of children per family was recorded from 30 families. The data recorded is as follows. So this is the data recorded. So part A, we represent the data in a frequency distribution table, and also we calculate the mean number of children per family. So, represent the data in a frequency distribution table. So we need to have the number of children, then the tally, then the frequency, and since this part requires us to find the mean number of the children. So the least number of children is 0, then there is 1, there is 2, you have 3, up to 7, 4, it's 5, 6, and 7. So the least number of children is 0, the highest number of children is 7. So we're just using to tally so that we don't mess up. So we can start, we have 2, put a tick, it's a 2, another tick, we have 6, tick, 3, put a tick, 2, there are 2, so we put those ticks. There's another 2, tick, 1, tick, 2, a tick, 3 times, 1, 2, 3, then we have 4 times, 1, 2, we have 3, another tick, 1, a tick, 5, a tick, 3, a tick, 4, a tick, 2, a tick, 5, a tick, 3, a tick, 7, a tick, 1, a tick, 0, a tick, 6, a tick, 3, a tick, 3, a tick, another 3, a tick, then lastly 2, tick. Therefore we count them and to get the frequency. So that is 1, there are 3, here we have 8, 8 is 10, 8 is 3, we have 2, 2, and this is 1. If you add all of them, you count all of them, that is 30. Now, something else is to get now the calculate mean of the children per family. Remember, for frequency distribution table is up to this particular point. Now, from here, we need to get the mean, and to get the mean is by getting the sum of fx divided by sum of f, or the number of families. So sigma fx, that is gotten by, this is our x, so 0 times 1, that is 0, 1 times 3, 3, 2 times 8, 16, 3 times 10, 30, 4 times 3, 12, 5 times 2, 10, 6 times 2, 12, and 7 times 1, 7. So if we add all the totals, we should be able to get 90. Therefore the mean will be sum of fx, which is 90, divided by sum of f, which is 30. So the mean number of children in a family is 3 children. Then question 15. The equation of a curve is given by y is equal to 3x squared minus 2x. Determine the equation of a normal to the curve at x is equal to. So for this case, we have to get the value of y when x is 2. So that is the first thing. So that we get the point and the coordinates of the point at that particular point where it is normal to the curve. So at x is equal to 2, therefore y will be 3x squared minus 2x. We substitute the value of x. This will be 3 times 2 squared minus 2 times 2. This is 3 times 4, 12 minus. So y will be equal to 8. So that's at the point 28. Therefore, we need to determine the equation of the normal, and in that case, what will be the gradient function at the 0.28, a gradient function. So dy dx will be given by, so we differentiate this equation given. So we shall have differentiating y with respect to x, that will be 6x minus 2. So at x is equal to 2, therefore gradient function will be 6 times 2 minus 2, which is 12 minus, which is 10. So gradient of normal will be, remember the product of the gradient at normal line and that of the curve will be equal to 1. Therefore, the other one will be minus 1 times 1 over 10. So, which will be minus 1 over 10. So, let a point xy, since we want to get the equation of the normal, let a point xy be on line with, so remember the normal, the coordinate is 2, 8. So let them be in line with this point 2, 8. And the gradient of the normal is minus 1 over 10. Therefore, the equation will be given by change over y over change in y over change in x will be equal to this value. So y minus 8 all over x minus 2 will be equal to minus 1 over 10. Cross multiply, we shall have open the bracket, this will be 10y minus 80 will be equal to minus x plus 2. So we can rearrange this, will be 10y will be equal to minus x. Take minus 80 to the right hand side will be plus 80, that will be plus 82. Therefore, y is equals to minus 1 over 10x plus 82 over 10, which is actually 41 over 5, or y is equal to minus 1 over 10x plus 41 over 5. Or simply in another way, if you write this way, x plus 10y minus 82 is equal to 0 will also be accepted. So either of these is accepted. Question 16. On the following Cartesian plane provided, solve the simultaneous equations. So you have the simultaneous equation and we need to plot the linear equation on this Cartesian plane. So the point of intersection, that will be the solution for value of x and y. So now we have the first equation, so we need to make a table for corresponding values of x and also y. So from here, we find the value of when x is minus 3 and also, or when x is 0 and also 3. At least 3 points whereby we are going to plot this linear equation. So when x is minus 3, so 4 over 3 times minus 3, that is actually minus 4 plus 2, we get minus 2. Then when x is 0, so y will be 2. When x is 3, 4 over 3 times 3, we get 4 plus 2, that is 6. So that's what we are going to plot. For the other equation, 3y is equals to x minus 3. So this is the same as y is equals x minus 3 all over 3. So we also get values for the corresponding values of x and y. Make a table. Get points near the origin values of x. Since this is over 3, we get values of x which will be divisible by 3. So one of them is, we can have 0. As we can see from the Cartesian plane, we have already been given the values, x-axis and y-axis. So we can also have 3 and 6. So 0 minus 3, that is minus 3 divided by 3, that is minus 1. Then 3 minus 3, 0 divided by 3 is 0. When x is 6, 6 minus 3, that is 3, divided by 3, 1. So we begin by plotting the values for the first equation. So for the first equation, when x is minus 3, y is minus 2. So this is the point here. Then when x is 0, y is 2. This is the point. And then when x is 3, y is 6. That is the point. Therefore, we use a ruler and we join the points. So let us use a ruler and then we join the points. So we join the points. So this is y is equals to 4 over 3x plus 2. Then we have the other equation. So when x is, we plot the other equation. When x is 0, y is minus 1. When x is 0, y is minus 1. That point. When x is 3, y is 0. This is the point. And when x is 6, y is 1. Also, we use a ruler to join the points. So we use a ruler to join the points. So this is the equation 3y is equal to x minus 3. Now to solve the simultaneous equation, so this is the point of intersection. So point of intersection give us the solution, the graph, and that is the value of x is minus 3 and y is minus 2. Therefore, x is equal to minus 3 and y is equal to minus 2. So that is the solution.